Okay, here we go. Another episode of Fashion Myths Unearthed. And I'm very excited about this one. So when I pulled my followers and my customers to tell me about what kind of fashion myths do you believe in, just around the corner, and I think we could have a little bit of fun with it. So of course we have to have a little bit of a history lesson. I did a little bit of research and I think you're going to find this very interesting. We're going to go back to the 1880s after the Civil War. The wives of the super rich, and this is a very small, we're talking just a few hundred people. These women were basically in charge. And they were, wanted to find ways to let it show to the general population of people that were acceptable and who were not acceptable in society. So they started creating these really crazy fashion rules that people in the know would follow. And if one of those rules was kind of like broken, then, you know, you kind of got your nose turned up at. Now, one of those rules was the no white after Labor Day rule. They thought that white might have been reserved for resort wear and for weddings and things like that. They were very proper and they thrived on things being appropriate. For example, if they went to the opera and a woman was wearing a dress that might not have been deemed appropriate by that very small elitist group of women, it would kind of like differentiate class. Now, in 1894 in the US, Labor Day did become an official holiday and, you know, a federal holiday, let's say, as we celebrate here. And it became a natural endpoint for summer, the calendar rules that we still follow today. The rules, these fashion rules, were only enforced by a very small elitist group of women, but over decades, these rules trickled down. By the 1950s, magazines everywhere were talking about the no white after Labor Day rule, and they were making it clear to the middle class, the average person, that your summer wardrobe, i.e. your white clothing, would commence the weekend of Memorial Day or Victoria Day as we know it here in Canada, and it would end the first weekend of September, which would be the first Monday in September, which would be Labor Day. Still today, at the time, fashion houses would follow these rules. You know, everyone was much more proper. The fashion rules were a little bit more serious because today, you know, when we get to this, I'm going to say people are encouraged to wear what they want whenever they want. But at the time, this is the whole myth surrounding no white after Labor Day. This is where it came from, and we're going to move on from this. Now, not everyone followed the rules. When I think winter white, I think Coco Chanel. I'm sure most of you do. Coco Chanel wore white for 100% of her calendar year, probably. She was known to wear white whenever she wanted. So, you know, let's talk about bending the rules a bit. Coco Chanel's a perfect example. She wore what she wanted when she wanted. But how do we feel about that? And I think there's kind of like a few parts to this puzzle to figure out if this is a rule that we're going to follow or if this is a rule that we're going to break. So generally speaking, white skinnies, linen, eyelet, lace, these types of materials really are reserved for warmer weather, resort wear, summer, what have you. We are not going to bring those types of fabrics into our fall and winter wardrobes. Now, keep in mind where you live. A lot of people live in much more tropical, very warm climates, and a lot of people do wear white, especially maybe if they work outside because of the heat factor. We're not talking about that. We're talking about regular people like you and me, people that generally follow the calendar year for seasons. I mean, I would say even in a warm climate like Florida and California, they do kind of follow these myths also. But then again, you'll see JLo walking around in a gorgeous white outfit, no matter what time of year it is. You need to pay attention to fabrics and textures and mixing and matching whites into your fall and winter wardrobe when it comes to this. Now, let's talk about us. Canada, Toronto, Montreal, you know, these are my people, and these are the people that generally were asking these questions, answering my questions about the myth. Right after Labor Day, it could be 35 degrees. You could still feel hot. You could still have a great white dress that you want to wear. Great, your favorite white jeans, even a white pair of shorts, who knows? I mean, close to Labor Day, of course you're going to put it on. It still feels like summer. But I personally feel, as the weeks pass after Labor Day, we really do get into fall mode. And I do put away a lot of my whites. I put away my white jeans. I very rarely wear them after Labor Day. I am envious of those winter white wardrobes, but once we really get into mucky weather, it becomes a lot harder. It becomes a lot harder living in a climate like we live in to wear such whites. They get dirty. Basically, they get dirty, you know? You could have a gorgeous white coat for fall and winter. There's some stunning white coats out there. I actually own a pair of white snow boots. I used to have a white winter coat, but, you know, there's ways to do it, and there's ways to do it, I think, appropriately for the climate. I'm going to show you some examples, and then we're going to have like a little bit of a fashion show. And then you can go back to your wardrobes and see what you can do to mix and match and keep white in your wardrobe as the weather changes. Okay, this is a classic look with a white coat. Let me move out of the way so you can see it. Gorgeous camel boots and a bag to match. This to me looks like a very lightweight knit coat that you would probably wear very early in fall when it's still kind of dry and just starting to cool off. Totally appropriate. Love it. Okay, this is also a very good example of an early fall look that you can put together. Wearing your white jeans. Check out her running shoes. To me, they look to be leather or suede. Think about textures. Layering it with the little hat, the plaid, the combination of everything, yet still looking like she's wearing warm white versus like your cool, crisp white. Think about those adjectives when you're putting these things together. Check out the textures. It's like a white teddy coat, a cable knit sweater, a pair of white pleated trousers. Look at her bag. It's textured, so it works with the vibe of keeping your whites going, but they're warm. It's a very warm feeling because that's the vibe we get from fall and winter, warm and cozy versus light and crisp. I'm going to show you what I'm wearing, and we're going to put a few things together, and hopefully I'll inspire. Okay, I had to angle this down a little bit because I want you to be able to see the whole outfit. Now, I'm wearing the sweater vest, the power shoulder sweater vest, which is really like a cream. It's not full white. I mean, I also have to work with what I have, and I don't have a full white sweater to show you. Actually, these are from the summer, but they are a thicker material denim, and they're slouchy and they're like cargo-y, and I think they're a great transition piece to wear going past Labor Day. I've been inspired by some different kinds of textures going into the fall, and I got these really cute suede running shoes in this gorgeous taupe color. So to me, this works. You can easily start layering in your cream tones. It doesn't have to be white, but by looking at me, I mean, I'm wearing white and cream and beige and all these tones. To me, this is like a total winter white look. This is the shacket from the spring. Going into fall, I'm feeling the warm vibes of fall, yet I'm still wearing, you know, the white jeans because they're kind of like thick and chunky, and they're not like skinny and crispy, if you know what I mean by that. This, to me, it's still a little bit too crispy, but we're getting there. I'm wearing the oversized blouse. I'm wearing kind of like a wide leg jeans. I have suede boots on. It's almost getting into like a fall vibe, but right now it's still too crispy. I have to add something on top. I'm thinking a vest or a cardigan, so let's put something on and see how it's going to change up the fit. I put on the sunny sweater vest, and right away it's warmed up. It's cozier, it's oversized, it's longer, you know, it's warmer. You have a little bit of like a cable linen here, you have the coloration, yet the base of the outfit is still white. I have the suede. Now, if it gets cooler, and I'm talking about a dry day in Montreal, because on a wet day, you're likely not going to put on a pair of white jeans. But I have a cream colored sweater coat, and here I have a perfectly appropriate for fall, kind of like winter white neutrals look all put together with a pair of jeans that I actually bought in the summer. So it works. Okay, I'm flipping it around a bit, and I'm using white accessories. I'm using a white summer blazer over a gorgeous two-piece knit skirt. I'm wearing the Nola skirt and the Sasha sweater, and I put on my favorite white blazer of the summer. Why not? Why not wear it? Why not accessorize in white? These are a pair of my favorite boots. They are winter fall. They are white. I actually have two pairs of white boots, and I wear them in the winter. So take your colors and mix them up. Put your white over all gray. Put your white over all denim. You have so many options with some key pieces that are probably hanging in your wardrobe that you could extend the shelf life of before really putting them away before we get into the thick of a deep, dark winter. So I hope you liked that little roundup of the fashion myth about whether or not you can wear white after Labor Day. I didn't really touch much on the topic of if you can wear white or should you wear white before Victoria Day or Memorial Day. I really think it's a seasonal thing because, you know, being Montrealers, being Canadians, when winter breaks and summer and spring come through, we pull out our shorts, we pull out our whites, we pull out everything. I think it's safe to say that there really are not that many rules in fashion anymore. I think it's more, sometimes you need a little bit of guidance, sometimes you want a reassurance, you want someone to tell you that it's okay. That's why I'm here. So I hope that you can go into your wardrobes now with Labor Day approaching, maybe make note of a few key pieces that you want to extend the wear of them into the fall before you really do put them away until next summer. So Fashion Myths Unearthed, white after Labor Day. I hope you enjoyed it. Until the